Okay, so a friend at Tyr has sent me a pair of their weightlifting shoes. I'm an idiot. So these are the black on black. You see that? Yeah, pretty cool. Just to let you guys know, this is not a paid video at all. I met someone at Tyr when I was in Vermont with at Matt Fraser's gym, and they said, let us send you some shoes. That was it. They just sent me the shoes. So I can talk as much shit or prop them up as much as I would like. Okay, let's see the other colorway. I think these are just white with like some, oh yeah. Whoa! Oh, these are the trainers. They're pretty cool. Not weightlifting shoes, so we're not going to review them. So with this shoe, what I've heard, what I've seen rather, is that they have this wide toe box. I don't know if you guys have heard any of like the barefoot movement type of stuff where people are talking about how shoes are cramming people's feet and feet are meant to be spread out, the toes are meant to be spread out. So that is kind of the point of these. You can see it like juts out right there. I think that the effective heel, I should probably look this up, 0.83 inches or 21 millimeters. These are the current shoes that I'm wearing, the Adidas Lie-Stungs. This is an inch effective heel. 0.83 inches effective heel, and this is a full inch. How much of a difference that makes, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, obviously, if you have less dorsiflexion in your ankle, the higher effective heel is probably better for you. But I'm not entirely convinced that, you know, it's that important. Obviously, you need a vertical chest position when you catch in your squat. So being able to dorsiflex or bring your knees forward and, you know, stretch your ankles out is a big helper. That's why these effective heels are important. You can see the difference between the toe boxes here. And just like in general, like the shape of the shoe. See how this one's like pointy and the other one's not. Let's go to the gym, let's snatch, clean and jerk, and I will give you my assessment.
What are you doing, step bro?
Since this video is not sponsored by Tyr, I might as well plug my supplement sponsorship, and look at this, Lift Companion shirts, now available, barbellapparel.com/Telander. We got Lift Companion shirts in 3 different colorways, and the ZT trademark t-shirt is in 2 more colorways. I don't know, one of them is really cool. It's a light purple, and I love the shit out of it. So all I'm gonna take today, it's quite a bit, but is the non-stim right here. I hate how they call it a pump product, but that's it. Scoop of that, and then a scoop of the normal Gorilla Mode pre-workout, beta-alanine, and a little bit of extra creatine because I'm only doing 1 scoop here. If I was to pick any of these, I would just get this one if I was you guys, because this has a full dose of creatine in it. So you just do, you know, 2 scoops of that, go train, and that's all you have to worry about. Probably saying, I can't believe Zack would prove his non-natty status by taking creatine in front of me. And look, I haven't been natural since 18 when I started taking creatine. What is love? Baby, don't hurt. Honestly, if you get like regularly get 7+ hours of sleep and you eat well and you minimize stress, you're not natural. Oh, I've got a sound relationship with my family and friends. I work really hard at a job that I love. I make sure to have a sufficient work-life balance. Great, you're not natural. That's a performance-enhancing drug. So the first thing that I'm looking for with these shoes is just how they feel on my feet. So I put them on, kind of jump around and wiggle around in them a little bit. And the first thing I can say is that they're very, very stable. And that's probably because they're brand new. But also I think the construction of the shoe seems very sound. If anyone in the comments section, if you've had them for a while, please comment if they have broken down on you. I know they haven't been out that long, but that's a really important factor when thinking about buying shoes, how well they last. Now, obviously the first thing I'm gonna test here is the squat. And it feels fine, everything feels fine, but I kind of need to offer this disclaimer. It's difficult for me to say, wow, the squat feels good, it feels this way, because there's not really much control here. Yeah, there's some millimeters difference between these and my lie stongs, but I'm in better shape than I was like last week. And you guys will see in this snatch session, like I do pretty well. So as we start to build the bar here, something that I'm doing is pausing in the bottom every rep. This is something that I've done pretty much since I've started weightlifting, and that is to really get my bottom position warm. The snatch is won or lost in the bottom position. And so if you want to get in good shape in the snatch, you need to pause your reps and you need to spend more time in the bottom position. It can change the game if you are able to just sit down there, solidify the bar, and then stand up. Now, as I work up, everything feels pretty good up to 265. And on that rep, felt a little shaky. But I started to go live on my Instagram, and I think that gave me a little energy boost because I put 275 on the bar, so 125 kilos. And you can see here, this is a very solid snatch. So I said, you know what, let's go for the best snatch that I've done in probably 3 years. I think 3 or 4 years. I haven't snatched this heavy in a long, long time. So my first attempt, and I've been doing this a lot with heavier lifts, I kind of shock myself with the feeling like, oh my God, I can do this, But that just comes with getting stronger and more in shape. You don't have to be necessarily perfect in your lift to make those types of lifts. It's almost as if you're raising your minimums, and in doing so, your previous maximums are something where you can have a little bit more error. And then, the potential to make something very special, if you do perform, that goes up. That's just the basis of training. So my second attempt actually might have been better than the first. And again, I was on Instagram Live, and on my third attempt, I just was overthinking it. So I walked back over to the people on the Instagram Live, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move on to clean and jerks. And then some people are like, no, you should try it again. And I'm like, wow, I can give in to peer pressure. And then all of a sudden, I just got endless messages from people saying, go for it again, go for it again. So needless to say, I set it up and I hit it. So look, like, I'm not paid by Tyr at all. This is, again, somebody from Tyr just said, hey, can we send you a pair of shoes? I said, sure, I'll take some free shoes. And I'm supposed to be giving an unbiased review. And I snatched the most I've snatched in 3 years. Now look, I probably could have done that in the lie stongs. This is what I was saying. It's like, it's hard to have like this control group. What I can say from just this snatch session alone is I really liked the feeling of stability, but it's hard to say whether I prefer that to the kind of looseness in my lie stongs. I like to be able, the ability to move around and catch in the bottom position and maybe wiggle around and have some freedom to catch. But having said that, what's cool about these is that they have this really wide toe, and your feet can kind of move around in there. Some people might not like that freedom, but I kind of do. Look, if you haven't trained and put 20 to 30 to 40 kilos on your total, so that's your snatch and your clean and jerk, you really shouldn't worry if one shoe is better than the next. I understand if you want to get the best possible shoe for you, I totally get that.
but it's likely that your shoe isn't the limiting factor. It's highly likely for a new person, and even for someone who's built up their total a little bit. But what was cool for me was like, okay, I'm feeling something different. Maybe I can, it like added a little bit to me. And I moved on to clean and jerks. Didn't have the best clean and jerk session, but I really liked the pull in these. And I don't need as much dorsiflexion in the clean, so it felt pretty fucking cool. And I like the jerks too. I like how my jerks felt. But again, guys, if I was having a bad day in training and I put these on, I would say they were shit shoes. Do you see what I mean? Training ebbs and flows, so it's like hard to say which ones are good and bad. I can just kind of deliver you how I feel about them. So that's the Tyr shoe. I'm happy with the way that I snatched today. That is just crazy. And if you guys have any questions or comments on what shoes you prefer or what shoes you think you should get, please comment them down below, and I will see you in the next video.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Step bro.
I say, yeah, but rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. Fresh paint job.